Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Friday, and we finished Brandish last week. And I normally run some one-offs after I finish a game, but if you listen to the end of Brandish, you'll know that my next project that I'm starting is a very, very special game for Super Famicom, Super Nintendo, whatever you want to call it. And I just can't wait. So, without further ado, I hope to introduce to you, and I hope that you've seen this before. If you haven't played Chrono Trigger before, do it. Don't watch this. Go play it yourself. This is one of the greatest games, well, one of the greatest RPGs of all time. And that is what we're going to do starting now. So we've got character design by Akira Toriyama, the guy who did Dragon Ball. His characters are very distinctive looking. The art is gorgeous in this game. We've got Yasunori Mitsuda doing the music. This is one of the most wonderful Super Nintendo soundtracks of all time. It is incredible. There is so much in this game. It's so amazing. It's kind of, it kind of broke new ground as far as RPG combat went. It has a lot of really cool stuff going on. But we'll get to that once we get to it. Let's start it up. This track is called Yasuragi no Hibi, Peaceful Days. And here's our main character, Chrono. Or, well, that was the intro. This is Yasurai no Hibi. Yep. $200 gold coins for an allowance? That's a lot. So one of the cool things in this game is that you can walk around while you're talking to people. It's kind of a nice little addition, helps you speed things up a bit. But you can see the sprites are nice and big. They've got lots of detail, lots of color. Really, really gorgeous color. Save points. Also, there's no, like, block for that you have to walk on. I mean, this is kind of a new thing, in the sense that, that doesn't count. Oh, just a replica. Alright. Even the tutorials are wonderful. So there's kind of a bit of a tactical thing going on with enemy placement and your character placement as well. Some monsters have special attacks. Thanks. Okay, hit poison. Pretty standard stable of, But as opposed to, like, Final Fantasy 3 or 6, whatever you want to call it, it actually has... There's a lot of sprite work done to make the different, what do you call it? Statuses look interesting. And the characters have a lot of different facial expressions and stuff. Now, compared to, say, Final Fantasy 3/6 or other RPGs at the time, there's a lot less complexity to there's a lot less complexity to like the equipment system and the statistics system. Not to say that those other ones are that complicated, but nowadays stuff gets pretty complex pretty quick. Also, no item needed to run. That was nice. This song is called Memories of Green. And here we find something very interesting. A black box. That's sealed by a mysterious force. So it's kind of cool that at the start of the game, there's not even a hint, other than the name of the game. There's no hint at all that there's going to be time travel or anything crazy like that. It's just a kind of a nice, relaxed fantasy, kind of medieval fantasy world. And so there's not really any hint of anything going on yet. But it doesn't take very long for things to get interesting. So let's head to the Millenial Fair. Like all the others. Great. Sure. Ooh, that's expensive. We got a race. This is kind of cool. There's 4 characters on the race, and you get to pick. You can try to guess the winner. So let's try G.I. Jogger. That'd be this guy all the way over on the right. And this guy gives you hints, and you can actually interfere with the race. Yeah, Cadillac did. So even his guesses aren't particularly good. But let's try it once. So we'll play this a couple of times. Yeah, so the fair runs on silver points. G.I. Jogger is way down there. Oh, this is kind of a cool game. Yeah, I remember very fondly. I think I got this for Christmas the year it came out. What a great game. Oh, so we do actually have the ability to buy some stuff. Oh, they're going back around. And so if you get silver points through the place, you can spend them here. And in reality, you can spend time at the Millenial Fair pretty much the whole time. I lost that race that time too. Let's move on. And here is where the plot begins. And we got Marley. Now we have our third party member, a cat. Actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the cat over this way, because it actually is hers, I think. So it actually helps us to do good deeds in the fair while we're here. So. Got to the dancing area. Yep, and they actually made it so that the special buttons actually allow you to do some different dance moves, or well, some sort of sprite action going on. Yep. Then we've got this guy. I have never been able to win this without using a turbo controller. I can get close. Yep, that's it. Ugh. Here we've got Gato. He's actually got a decent number of hit points. And he counters if he's close when you hit him. That's what's going on, basically. But he doesn't walk around that far, so it's not like it makes that much of a difference. So you can trade silver points for gold, but it's not really that useful. I don't have a whole lot of silver points, honestly. One more? Oh, countered Chrono. I'm not sure if we have enough silver points to do anything here, but eventually we will. So we've got Norstein Beckler's lab. Ten's our only choice for now. Here's Vix, here's Wedge, and Pieta. So Vix and Wedge showed up in Final Fantasy VI as well. They were supposed to be Biggs and Wedge, which is a Star Wars reference, of course. Oh boy. Eh? Oh, messed up. So you have to actually keep track of all three of them because you don't know who they're going to ask you for. It's a little harder than a lot of games make that mini game. We'll do it one more time. Oh man. Got him. And for that game, you win a Poyozo doll. Alright, the device is ready. So like I said, try to do as many good deeds as we can here. Because once this gets started up... And here's Luca. Luca's images never work right. No one wants to try it, because they'll explode. Alright, so first person to try is going to be Chrono. Hop on the left pod. And he has a hammer there, which is not reassuring. But it looks like it actually worked. You didn't... I was the test case. Oh, man. It's alright, we saw it work, right? Uh-oh, the music. The music went away. her pendant. And she gets thrown into a mysterious portal. Yeah, that's all part of the show, guys. Everybody go. I don't know, I've seen her somewhere. Well, what are we gonna do? This is what we're gonna do. Oh man. Well, I guess we have to leave it to Luca there. Where are we headed? Well, we're in the middle of a forest. Forest full of monsters. It's kind of cool how all the enemies move around and have range requirements. And you'll also notice, maybe not immediately, but pay attention to Crow's stance. Cyclone. Alright. And then we've got the soundtrack kicks back up, and it's nice and ambient. Just the babbling brook. So the trick is that if I can get attacks off on them before they reach me, then they don't actually get a chance to hit me, unless they have a ranged attack. And you can avoid some combat that way. So if I hadn't walked into them, it's actually possible, I think, to walk past them without actually triggering the combat. So this area looks familiar, but at the same time... The dialogue in this game is great. Sure. queen disappeared while visiting the Cathedral of the West. Oh. No, never mind. She's alright. They found her. Oh, I can't even... Oh, no, there she is. I've got another black box over there. Yep. Looks like we've got Luca's ancestors, it looks like. Yep, it's the year 600. And instead of the 33rd king, we've got the 21st. So we've gone 400 years into the past to a time when there was still conflict between the people of Guardia and the troops of Magus. So I guess let's head to the castle first, right? Actually, we may need to... Yeah, he has a ranged attack. But we may need to actually hit the inn first. So one thing about this game that's kind of interesting and kind of weird at the same time, there's only 3 digits for hit points and 2 digits for MP, as opposed to, you know, say, other contemporary games where it was very common to have, you know, 9,999 hit points. Yeah, one of the sparkles is a trap. So these two guys are pretty close to, or I guess not anymore. There. If you hit them hard enough, you get them all at once. Oh boy. There's all kinds of neat little interactivity. Some of it just gets you into more combat, and some of it gets you neat little, not secrets necessarily, but like fun stuff. Like the shelter is pretty good. It's worth, what, 150 gold coins? That's pretty significant. There are some of these Rolly Rider type guys where you can knock out the Rolly but not the Rider. For these, it doesn't seem like that's the case, though. Oh well. I don't know why that one didn't attack, but its loss is our gain. Find another black box. That's a very short little dungeon type thing. Check out that hair. We can take a little nap, get our hit points restored. Chrono's gonna get that a lot. Sure. This is actually kind of a neat little area in the castle. Three out of what? Left corner of the left table. I guess it'll be time to eat later. Or maybe we do. So it's actually pretty cool. They give you 3 choices, and you can actually see them over on the table next door. Boom. But I already did. One RPG trope this game hasn't conquered yet is random treasure chests in various places that you're just allowed to take. That's right. That is probably bad. No, everything's fine. Everything's perfectly fine. It's just the queen is lost, or wasn't the queen, or something. And they just let her in. Sort of. I just love how expressive the characters are. Yep. So that's actually cool. Like, the trope has always been that you get to the place where you're supposed to be, and, like, you know, some bad guy appears out of nowhere. But really, in this one, it's not that some bad guy appeared out of nowhere, but they made you think that, oh, something's gonna appear, but it wasn't. It was just, they called off the search. So we've already gotten some clues about where we need to go. If we've been paying attention to the dialogue. There's another black box. They lay on the clues pretty thick. That's alright. I mean, this game came out when I was, what, 12? If they had made it really difficult, I probably wouldn't have been able to finish it as a kid. Let's get out of here before they find out the queen's missing again. So Luca has that, the sight scope equipped, which allows us to see the hit points of enemies when we attack them. It's important to be a little quick on the draw, because if you're not, the enemies will just attack you. Well, as long as you're playing in active mode. Well, I guess Well, the wait mode just turns off. I wonder if this guy's back. Yeah. Free shelter, yoink. Right? Oh. Oh, wow. They're beating on Chrono. Oh, so one thing I'm going to do, actually, while we're here. Stereo, active, standard. Speed things up a little bit. It make it a little bit more difficult, and it also make it a little faster, which will probably be good for broadcast purposes. And unfortunately, not another thing there. The bridge is destroyed. Alright. Oh, another thing that's kind of cool is that there's a bunch of chapter titles. So right now, the part of the game we're in is called The Queen is Gone. Yeah. So they're not creepy at all. That's Guardia's Royal Crest. You can see the screen flash. Oh, shoot. Targeting is a little weird. I hit left, but it went to the right, so whatever. Yeah, it's gonna focus. It didn't even do that much damage. Ah. Oh, I still missed it. That sucks. Fortunately, they're not too difficult. We'll get these good. Yeah, get 3 of them. So there's a little bit of a timing effect there. You kind of want to sometimes wait a little bit. That's okay, he takes care of these 4. And the introduction of dual tech. And... we're going with the frog. Frog is pretty great. That's it. So now we've got a 3-person party. And we're inside the cathedral, and it is full of monsters. Oh, wow. It's fortunate that Frog is pretty tough to start with, because got him. So the other cool thing about this, the battle system, is that there technically aren't really any random encounters. And it turns out that Frog is our healer for now, at least. You notice that MP consumption is actually pretty small. 1-2 points for these early things. Not much. And you see there that Luca has a melee attack for when the enemy's actually close by. She doesn't actually shoot, which is pretty cool. Then we've got another really good track here. Steel Saber. I think that's for Frog, isn't it? No. It's for Chrono. See, because there's so little actual equipment to worry about, you can actually save quite a bit of money sometimes by not buying stuff. Room dedicated to Magus. Power tab. At least those guys aren't like imposters or something like that. You notice that Chrono's sword color changes as he changes equipment. They're not going to let us pass, so let's take them out. They have 90 hit points, which is quite a few. Another thing that's kind of cool about this game is that critical hits are pretty common. Trail him. So this must be that Magus room. Whatever you say. Nice. They said there's supposed to be some kind of treasure in here, but I actually don't know how to get it, if there is one. Well, whatever. I don't get it. Yeah, of course. When Luca does melee, it makes such a satisfying sound. Clunk. Nice. And now we get X-Strike. There must be a trick to it. Maybe not? So some of the enemies respawn and some of them do not. Just want to run over here real quick. I think there was a... yeah. Heard something about a treasure there. Maybe they just mean the statue. I didn't see anything to interact with there, so... yeah. Two more. Come on, frog. Critical. Yes. Oh, well, fine. So one thing that's missing is that there's no, like, musical interlude whenever you choose, you use a shelter. Which would have been nice. Oh, great. He slides down the banister. Nice. Defense. wasted critical. That one wasn't. Okay, that opens that up. Got some bats hanging around. No entry. Huh. Well, we'll take these two out. Ooh. So flying enemies are more likely to get whiffed on, except for Luca, who will make short work of it. Okay. We'll fight more bad guys. We could use the experience. There we go. Oh, it's still not enough. Whoa. Oh, and it knocked her out of the... Oh, that's too bad. Iron sword. So, Chrono uses basically samurai swords, and Frog uses European-style swords. And we already know what to do here. What, really? Yeah. That does some damage. Oh, goodness. Oh, not enough? Oof. Those guys are really weak against fire, so take multiple of them out at once. It's easier to get them near each other than it is to get them in line because they have short-range attacks, so... slow us down? I don't think so. That's Frog for you. And we're still in pretty good shape, so I'd say we just need to refresh a little bit. And let's do this. Allow us the honor. So he has a very dangerous counterattack. Is he spitting steel, like, cannonballs at us? Oh, he's out of magic. Too close now. Yeah. He has to be real close to not do the counter. Oh, we got him. Yeah. Yes, a criminal justice system. That's what we need. Oh yeah. And there's Frog's theme, another great song. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can kind of like run up the. But you're a dead ringer for her. And she's back. Good. Uh-oh. No, don't worry about it. Alright, well, that does it. We've saved Marley? Marley? I don't know. Point? That's not a big deal. What does the ribbon do? Strike +2? Okay, I'm down with that. That'll increase her attack power since she uses ranged attacks. Get rid of those. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay, good. Well, I think that's a pretty good place to put it for the night. Into the next time I play, next Friday, we'll head back to 1000 AD and see what happened. Thanks for watching. Oh, yeah. idle animations. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you all later.